Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going into my 23 Colorado and we're going to be going over some of the changes I'm making. If you guys follow the channel, you already know this, but for those that don't, I have my truck set up for overland camping as well as working out of my truck 4 to 5 days a week. So the way I have it set up works pretty well for both, but I've ran into some issues with the way it's set up. Nothing huge or anything like that, but I run a bed slide with a hard top trifold tonneau cover, the RCI bed rack, and a rooftop tent and awning. While this works well for both, I am limited because my tonneau cover doesn't open, but it does a really good job of keeping everything secure. But it doesn't open, so it limits the size of items that I can carry in the bed of my truck. I can't carry anything large, and basically anything that I've bought for work or for camping, I've had to make sure was below 16 or 17 inches because that's the height that I'm limited to. So while I've made that work, I put off buying certain items when I first got this truck because of the price, and now I'm going that route, so I ended up actually spending more money than just buying the stuff in the first place. But you know, things happen. I've been happy with the way this works, but I know it will just work much better after these changes are made. So I'm going to be getting rid of the trifold tonneau cover, the bed rack, the rooftop tent. I'm keeping the awning, getting rid of the traction boards and rotopacks, all the miscellaneous stuff, all the lights on the back. Getting rid of all of that. We're going to be installing RSI Smart Cap, and then I'll be buying a new rooftop tent, a slimline one, because if I put the tent that I have now on top of the Smart Cap, it's going to sit really high in the air. I want to limit that as much as possible, so I'm going to get a much lower profile hard shell rooftop tent, keep the wind drag down a little bit, and then I'm going to do the Prinsu Pro roof rack so I can do new traction boards and some other stuff up there. And I have contacted a shop here in the Indy area called Off Grid Upfitters. They do a lot of overlanding, camping, kind of stuff like that. And great guy Dave over at the shop is helping with all of this. They're authorized dealers for both Prinsu and RSI, and luckily for me, it's not a 6-7 month wait. It's actually a 1 to 2 day delivery for at least for the Smart Cap, and then I want to say roughly 2 to 3 weeks for the Prinsu Pro roof rack, and then eventually I'll get the new tent up there as well. But the shop's going to be putting it together and everything. And so I'll show you guys that. I've already got all of my old stuff sold, so that takes care of that. I'm also going to be making some modifications and doing some things after this stuff is installed in order to really optimize the space for my needs, whether that be camping or work related. I think this is going to work really well. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to drop a comment down below. If you guys enjoy, make sure to smash that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for future videos. Let's go ahead and get into today's video.
I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me, and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. Just show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a...
All right, so here it is, all installed, got it home. The RSI Smart Cap for the 23-24 Colorado and Canyon. They have made some changes since the first iteration of them, I guess. Just going over them with Dave from Off-Grid Upfitters, some of the changes over some of the other ones out there, not specifically the Colorado and Canyon one. It may have differed when it first came out from this, but just some of the difference overall from some of the older Smart Caps is I actually made this side window a little bit larger from what he said. The latches now come with the rubber boot over them to protect them from freezing, the locks. And now instead of having a button down here that you press and the lock being separate, I believe that's how it was, now the lock is the button. So these actually fit in there really nicely. And you just simply press that. Now, one thing I did notice is this one is ripped, so I'm gonna have to look into that. Hopefully that's just simple enough to replace, but that is one thing that I noticed. So yeah, it's kind of inconvenient that you gotta open this up in order to lock it. So if you're in and out of this daily, that could get real old, but it's kind of the price you pay for you lose a little bit of convenience, but you gain that added security or protection over the lock from freezing or rusting or anything like that. Another thing that people are really going to like, a lot of people want to use the bed of their truck as a little camper or, you know, their shelter when camping. Well, they either had to rig something up or figure out a way to get one of the doors to stay. Basically, you can't get out of this thing once it's all shut. And then they came out with a latch option that you could purchase after the fact and replace that would allow you to open from the inside. But now it looks like they are coming standard, so you can open the doors from the inside now. I spoke with Dave from Off-Grid Upfitters and I told him that I wanted to do a plywood kind of shelf that runs across here. I saw a guy did like a 12-inch shelf, 15-inch shelf, something like that, just plywood that runs across from side to side. And I want to do like a 24 or 30-inch one, so I have a nice platform here that I can put stuff on. And I told him that I want to put my air conditioner on here when camping, and then I can run my hose out this window. And they're going to work on building basically a plate that slides in here when the window's open that will kind of hug around the hose so it's still nice and sealed. So they're working on that. I really enjoy the flush mount windows. I thought that was a cool feature. I've always liked that on the RSI. And then I tried to show you guys in some of the clips. You got a little grab handle here. You have the nutserts here that you can put that cage on to protect the back glass. And these windows are tinted, but I do believe I'm going to have them tinted a little bit darker. In the video you can't tell, but if you get close enough you can see through them. So I may tint those a little bit more. Up top you got the rib nuts or nutserts. This is for the stowaway table. I have that on order, so when that comes in I'll go over that with you guys. One thing I wanted to show you guys was on a lot of the other models they use large clamps, unless it's the Tacoma where it's got that T-slot that runs the length of the bed. Other than that, a lot of times they use large clamps, multiple that go down each side. Well, with this they actually use the stake pockets, the front stake pocket and the back stake pocket. There's a metal bracket with some nutserts or nuts welded on it, and then you literally just bolt it here and here and it clamps it down on the front and back. And I thought that was really cool. So now I have a nice flush surface here without big clamps on it, so I shouldn't have a problem at all running that piece of plywood there. The only thing I'll have to worry about is this arm here, the window lock up front, but that shouldn't be a problem at all. So stay tuned for the future video. I'll show you guys the platform that I'm building. And then here's a look at the top. You do have your T-slots here. RSI is like, I don't know if they're on back order or just unable to make them right now, but they don't have available, at least as of right now, 2024. The crossbars are not available. There are a couple other brands out there that do fit, but they can be pretty spendy. Off-Grid Upfitters is actually working on building a set for me. That'll be really heavy duty. So I'll have a future video on the shelving that I'll be building, the crossbar install. We're also going to be doing the Prinsu Pro roof rack. I'll get my awning mounted up here. I'll get a new tent ordered and stay tuned for those videos. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys a quick video of what it looks like on the 23, 24 Colorados and Canyons. There's a few people with them, but I don't think there's any videos out there really showing them. And I really like this feature that you can open it from the inside now. I thought that was a really, really cool upgrade or change. He also mentioned that they may have added an additional crossbar inside. I'm not sure about that, but more reinforcement. The powder coating or coating on this thing seems really, really well done. You do get a little container of touch-up paint as well, which is nice, but it does seem extremely durable. So I like the new locking mechanisms. I like that they open from the inside. I like that they have these covers. I like the flush mounted windows. I love that feature. I love how close it hugs the cab of the truck. Window for the third brake light up there, so if you want to use the cargo light, you can still do so. You got that sliding back window. The third brake light is really easy to install. When they first came out, or for a while you were having to build your own wiring harness or customize the wiring harness to make it work with certain vehicles. They have it very simple now. When you order it, whether it's for the Canyon or the Colorado, you get both harnesses because they are different. So you'll get a Colorado harness and a Canyon harness. Colorado, very simple. It comes down right here. It goes right through here, drops down in front of the taillight. There's a T harness on it. You plug it into the existing wiring harness and it's good to go. They also have new hinges as well. I believe before he said they were welded to the actual Smart Cap itself. So they are replaceable now in case you have an issue. But I'll just kind of walk around it now and show you guys a close-up look of it, so you guys can kind of see. I really like the design. I think it looks great on these trucks. I love how much more room I have now. And overall, the build quality of it seems to be really, really nice. I mean, I would hope so for the price. But not just the quality of the product, but the quality of the install. Off-Grid Upfitters did an absolutely fantastic job, and they're a great group of guys over there. So if you guys are in the Indy area and need any overlanding gear or anything like this, go ahead and reach out to them. I'm sure they'd be happy to help you. Other than that, I will have future videos. I'm going to do an updated video on this in a few months after I've seen some weather, some dirt, rain, all of that, and then probably another one after winter so you guys can see how it holds up, kind of how it's doing. But I wanted to put out a quick video of the RSI Smart Cap on the new Colorado and Canyon so you guys could actually see it, kind of see what it looks like, the quality of it. And once again, stay tuned for the video of the stowaway table, the Prinsu roof rack. I'll get the awning mounted, and then eventually I'll get a new tent as well. And then I'll do that shelving in here. But if you guys have any questions on this, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I'll do my absolute best to answer it for you guys. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. Drop a comment down below of your guys' thoughts on this. And as always, if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.